Allah breaks not His promise.
Alright, we learned one of their ridiculous questions. Now there are three other questions. Number one, they say, Qur'anan suyirat bihil jibal. They tell the Prophet ﷺ, you say this Qur'an is so powerful and it is true, came from God. Oh Muhammad, they told him, sitting. You see how Mecca is so narrow? We have very little area next to the Kaaba that is flat and mountains everywhere. Why don't with this Qur'an push away this mountain so we can have much space around the Kaaba and we enjoy it? That is the first question. That is called Suyirat bihil jibal. Move these mountains. We are really squeezed. And we love the Kaaba and we wish to have more space around it. So with your Quran and all of this you have, can you push away this mountain so we can have a lot of space around the Kaaba? That is number two. Number three, Suyirat bihil jibal. Number three, Qutti'at bihil ard. We say to the Prophet ﷺ that Sulaiman was not dearer to Allah than you, Prophet Sulaiman ﷺ. And he was giving the wind to travel with him from everywhere. You know, we only travel with camels and it takes us forever. So why didn't have something like Sulaiman? Something that you can take us to everywhere. That is قُطِّعَتْ بِهِ الْأَرْضِ. Instead of traveling in a month to Asham, we can do it just in a split of second. That is the third. And the fourth, they said Jesus used to call people from the grave and they stand up and speak to him. And you have this Quran and you claim all this claim. I need you to bring me this, specifically my father and my grandfather, so I can enjoy them for a little bit. They die when I am very young and I didn't see them. So these are four ridiculous questions. After you have listened, Allahu alladhi, He is the one who created the majesty of heaven and earth, designed this universe, organized it, ordained it, and all of these, they are saying, that is their questions. Okay? And so that's why Allah said, it's really, you are not discussing the issue. You are not. Because the first started, said, you have to know the nature of your mission. The nature of your mission is to recite and relate and explain to them my verses. What they are saying, and He told them, this is who I am. They say, well, we want you to be like kind of God. Okay? One of it, this Rahman, what is Rahman? We don't know Rahman, we believe only in one, which is Allah, but we don't believe in Rahman. You are mushrik, we are believers. That's what Rahman. Because you remember in the Treaty of Al-Hudaybiyah, he was going to write the treaty, and he said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So what is this Rahman? You have two gods. We don't believe in your gods. We believe only on Allah. You write Bismillah, that's all. And Rahman, that is your God. So you have different God than our God. Our God is Allah, your God is Ar-Rahman, and we don't believe in it. Okay?
Abdurrahman himself, they told him, I'm not going to call you that because I don't know who
Right. You see Abdurrahman, your name Abdurrahman? We don't believe in Ar-Rahman. We believe in Allah. You are mushrik because you believe in Allah and Ar-Rahman. What is this? Okay, so that is how ridiculous the discussion, if you remember what are the surahs presented to them. And the same with the said Suyirat bihil jibal, they said space next to the Kaaba and mountain. Muhammad, move this mountain away and give us a way to move around the earth in no time, and so on and so forth. He said, بَلْ لِلَّهِ الْأَمْرُ جَمِيعًا. Everything belongs to Allah. All these affairs belong to Allah. If He wants, He can. The only one who can. It's not me. These issues that you are discussing do not belong to me. And I have no authority on any of these. But they are possible if Allah wills. As He did it to Musa or to Dawood, where the mountains were working for him and so on and so forth. And then, so that is Jami'a. Now, he said, Allah, since that is the way they discuss the issue, let me tell you how I'm going to deal with them. Alright, go ahead. أَفَلَمْ يَيْأَسِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا Oh, it's in the middle of the verse, or you can read it all of it, 31.
But the decision of all things is certainly with Allah.
That's what he said. Okay?
Have not then those who believed yet known that had Allah willed, Allah could have guided all of mankind.
It's the believers believe it is up to Allah too, that somebody get the guidance and somebody did not. If Allah wants, He can give it to anyone. If Allah doesn't want, nobody will get it. So that is become firm in the mind of the believers. That is also guidance granted to someone Allah wants, or prevented from someone Allah does not want. Okay? وَلَا يَزَالُ
And a disaster would not cease to strike those who disbelieve because of their
Say that again.
wrongdoing.
Say that again.
And a disaster
Said Allah, this is how I'm going to deal with them. Disasters
will not cease
will not
to strike
cease to strike
those who disbelieved because of their evil deeds,
Say that again.
because of their evil deeds, or the disaster, settles close to their homes until the promise of Allah comes to pass.
All right. Allah said He is going to continually send disasters, but these disasters are not what He did. It's what they made. صَنَعُوا. It's something will be reflected from what they have done. So if they disturb the environment, I will make the weather nasty. So that is a disaster, I will send it. But it is by their action, not something I am going to purposely punish them. Whatever they have done, I will make them bear the consequences. Alright? بِمَا صَنَعُوا. The things that they have done is going to hurt them. The industry, the advancement, the environment, the manufacturing, the pollution, all of these, I will make it just reciprocate to them, to bring them disasters so they can think. But it is not being just created from Allah and said, no, it's something they have done, Allah will turn it against them to hurt them, as we can see, right? Because the previous nations is not that. They have done nothing, so Allah sent punishments from heaven. Either the wind or the storm or so. And that was not because they did something. And because they come to a point they are to be punished. For after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whatever they have done, Allah can turn it against them. Any technology advancement, Allah can turn it against them. And it is, Allah said He will never cease. It will always. Something, it will hurt them from what they have done. Say, okay, let's say we are going to tolerate immorality. Okay, that is going to hurt them. Immorality will bring, as the Prophet ﷺ, all kind of diseases. And you cure one, you discover cure of one, and Allah will send another 10. And so on and so forth. They are degenerated by what you have doing. And the more you cure, the more coming. And it will never cease. If you think one day you are going to be free of diseases, you are wrong. Free of disasters, you are wrong, because you keep going. And it will the same way. So listen to that again. وَلَا يَزَالُ.
And a disaster will not cease to strike those who disbelieved because of their evil deeds.
Right. It's not something from them. No, something they have done by themselves. صَنَعُوا. صَنَعُوا means really they manufacture. Okay?
Or the disaster settles close to them until the promise of Allah Ta'ala comes to pass.
It might hit them or hit their neighbors. Like a Chile.
Certainly Allah breaks not.
Or like Hawaii. Or like, so it might hurt them or their neighbors, close to them. So they can really think about it. And he said, this is my promise and I never break my promise. Okay? Now, we are going to just discuss this issue, that they have really ridiculous discussion. Let's go to 32 and 33 and 34. Go ahead.
And indeed, many messengers were mocked at before you, Muhammad.
Mocked at. All right.
Sallallahu
Allahumma
alaihi
salli.
wasallam. But I granted respite to those who disbelieved, and finally I punished them. Then how terrible was my punishment?
Okay, hold it. Second, what happened to Qaddafi? Well, he mocked Islam and Muslims.
No.
And Allah given him 44 years. And then when the order, the permission comes, we get to understand, said 44 years of power and might and free will to do whatever you want, it does not worth one night in that solar system. All,
Gaddafi too, Gaddafi.
I'm talking there. I mean all these 44 years of power and might, and almost no limit to what you can do, and mark whom you want. That pleasure, it does not equal to one night in that surge, or one strike by those mob and those kids. It does not. Or we go to Husni Mubarak, what happened? 30 years, أنا ربكم الأعلى. I am your Lord. I am the High Lord. And then now, one night in that jail, what this 33 years of power and might and arrogance do to me? It's gone. And what is next is worse. So that is the verse. Read it.
And indeed many messages were mocked at before you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But I granted respite to those who disbelieved.
Granted them what?
Respite.
What's that?
He gave them waiting time.
Right. Give them not just empower them and give them waiting time. Enjoy it. Maybe one day you will respond. But you get to understand. Okay, if you live like a president of, say, Egypt, which big country, all resources in your hand, you say a word, you can billions and billions for 30 years, and by the end of it, you ended up in the cell like a worse criminal. Okay, what is left from that enjoyment? Nothing. Absolutely all gone, meaningless, and the pain and the agony is going to last in this life and the hereafter. And that's why you get to understand when the Prophet ﷺ said, you bring in the day of judgment the most luxurious person in this life, and you just dip them one dip in hellfire and take them. Tell them, have you seen any luxury in your life? Say, I never seen anything. It's just one dip. Or you bring the most harsh conditions of a believer in this life, and they dip them in Jannah and take them out. Have you seen any hardships? He said, I never have any hardships. This is the way it is. That's why this life is a form of illusion. Don't think it is real. I mean, you see them, like you see this Hollywood star. And then what happened? They are in rehab. They commit suicide. They are addicted. It's illusion. Because if that is really happiness, they should be the happiest. But they are, in reality today, 99% of them are the most miserable condition left. So that is, Allah give, what is it? Respite. If you decided not to respond, to mock His deen, to mock His Quran, to mock the believer, don't think Allah will send punishment right away. Will give you time. Enjoy it. Allah will say, enjoy it. And you're going to see how I'm going to deal with you. Alright? Okay, go ahead.
I granted respite to those who disbelieve, and finally I punished them.
but they will never escape his punishments. All right? Now, next one.
Then how terrible was my punishment?
Yeah, how terrible. That's question. How terrible his punishments? I mean, if the Qaddafi come to were given the choice, would you like to live full 4 years with all these women and money and drunk and drug and all these things? And then by the end of the day, we are going to send the mob to just drag you in the sewer system. He'll say, I don't want it. He'll say, I don't want it. Right? That's why Allah said they are fools. Those who mocked Deen, Allah, Quran, truth, they are fools. And they will never, they will never escape his punishments. All right? And this is the question. How was what? The end of it?
And how terrible was my punishment?
Say that again.
Then how terrible was my punishment?
Now this question to whom? To them, they are gone. The question to whom? To us. Because they are gone. They don't listen to this question. We cannot ask them this question. They are gone. But this question's to us. If you have the Iman, you are the happiest in this life and the hereafter. Don't look otherwise. If you don't, or you are worse than that, mocking Allah and His Deen and the truth, you are doing the worst thing to yourself in this life and the hereafter. Alright, next one.
Is then He, Allah, who takes charge, guards, maintains, provides of every person, and knows all that he has earned, like any other deities who know nothing. Yet they ascribe partners to Allah Ta'ala. Say, name them. Is it that you will inform Allah of something Allah knows not in the earth, or is it just a show of false words? Nay, to those who disbelieve, their plotting is made fair seeming, and they have been hindered from the right path, and whom Allah sends astray, for him or her there is no guidance.
The question here is saying, Qa'im, who is in charge of this universe? And qa'imun ala kulli nafs. Who is caring and taking care of every single soul and every single creatures in this universe? Who is? So how you ascribe partner to him? He said, do you know more than him? If you know that there are some who is in charge of you, name them. If you know someone who is in charge of your rizq, of your life, of your age, of your death, said name them. Allah doesn't know them and they are in charge of you, name them. I mean, this is kind of mocking them, just like they mocked the Quran and the Deen. Allah is mocking them. Who is in charge of you? Give me the name. So that is the question. And Allah said, basically, you have no claim, you have no name, no one is in charge of you except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But it was made to appear to you that that's what you are doing is good. And that is a problem. زُيِّنَ لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مَكْرُهُمْ وَصُدُّوا عَنِ السَّبِيلِ. You need to do that one. It was beautified to the disbeliever.
For them is a torment in the life of this world.
No. Okay, start from the beginning of 33. أَفَمَنْ هُوَ قَائِمٌ. Is in
He Allah who takes charge, guards, maintains, provides of every person, and knows all that he has earned, like any other deity who knows nothing. Yet they ascribe partners to Allah Ta'ala. Allah says, name them.
Name them.
Is it that you would is it that you would inform Allah of something Allah knows not in the earth, or is it just a show of false words? Nay, to those who disbelieve, their plotting is made fair seeming, and they have been hindered from the right path.
Now, can I go back again? Nay.
Nay,
Huh?
Bala,
Uh-huh.
nay, to those who disbelieve, their plotting is made fair seeming,
What's that?
like appealing to them.
Let's say that again. Nay. This is good, big statement. Is all right.
Nay,
Uh-huh.
nay, to those who disbelieved, their plotting is made fair seeming to them, appealing to them, and they have been hindered from the right path.
All right. Now, as you know, it was made to them, their plot, to be appealing. Those really who fight the truth, they are kind of proud of it. And they think they are doing the best and the right things. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, because of their ignorance and because of their crookedness. And there is no way that is appealing to anyone. So they are put in a tunneled thinking. And that's why, let's say somebody loves fame. Found today the best way to be famous is to mock Islam and Muslims. And so it appears to him or her, it's appealing. I want to be talked by the whole media and the satellite and everybody talking to me. And all what I need to mock Islam and Muslims. That's very, very small price to pay. If tomorrow the whole world is focused on me, and just only what I have to do, mock Islam and Muslim, that is a good deal. And that is what Allah said. Zuyyina. It made to them look appealing. And something that is really good, you do. And Allah, He said, also the more you go by this, the more they get far away from the guidance. So the more they get after this, they got away from the وَمَنْ يُضْلِلِ اللَّهُ فَمَا لَهُ مِنْ هَادٍ. And Allah said there is no hope for these people to be guided because they went far away in doing so. And Allah said they are going to be taken by the punishments in this life, and what is in the hereafter is worse. Read the last verse, 34. لَهُمْ عَذَابٌ.
For them is a torment in the life of this world, and certainly harder is the torment in the hereafter. And they have no walk, defender or protector against Allah Ta'ala.
So we say, Alhamdulillah, we are Muslims. Alhamdulillah, we know the Quran. Alhamdulillah, we study the Quran. Alhamdulillah, we are taught about the reality of life by Allah who created it, not by anyone else. And so we have the superior and the perfect knowledge of this life and how to deal with it. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enable us to thank Him for this great bounty we have achieved. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us and grant us more knowledge. Jazakumullah khair. I'll see you inshallah next week. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.